Up everyone, it is your girl GELBEAUTY 7 here, aka Grace. We all know why we here, honey. You saw the title, so let's get into this Unearthly Cosmetics palette, because child. Now we all know I was gonna have to make this video once they revealed what the inside of the palette looked like, because as you see it here, it is so similar to so much other stuff that I already like and have. To you already know I was about to be out here like I'm supposed to buy it, and I got 12 of the same color story. I was supposed to buy this. I was supposed to buy this, and I got 12 of this color story already. Why? Just why? So I didn't, needs to say, pick it up. And now that I've seen the color story, I definitely most likely will not pick it up. Maybe at 50% off I'll pick it up, but like a regular price I'm not going to, just because it's like I'm about to show you like 4 palettes that already have the exact same color story. So let's get into it. So first I have the Cosmic Wanderer from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. Now if y'all remember, I wasn't necessarily crazy about the formula of this palette. However, I did like the color story of the palette, and it's right up to the color story of this palette right here. Now I know you can't see the 4 little colors at the end corner. They basically just look like the 4 little colors of the what is it, the Baddie Bean and Unearthly palettes. You know, the 2 pinks and the 2 greens. Like, it's literally just those 2 colors at the very end, and it just looks like the shimmery shade. It's like a shifting pink shimmery shade with like greens in it, kind of like hers, because the way they did the camera angle to reveal the palette, like you couldn't get that part, and they haven't posted any actual pictures. So if they post a picture in the morning, I'll put it, but otherwise you'll just be seeing what I'm showing you right here right now. Anyway, back to this palette. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So as you can see, the color stories are pretty similar. It doesn't have like that gray shade that's in the Unearthly one, but otherwise I feel like it has a good amount of the same shades. It has the pink, it has the blue, it has the purple. Now the blue isn't the same. This is more of like a, I guess, powdery sky blue, and that was more of like a blurplish blue, but more leaning blue than blurple. If that made any sort of sense, I feel like it didn't. But alas, here we are. Y'all know it's like 3:30 in the morning when I'm filming this. Do not judge. Anyway, but I feel like this palette was a good one, and one of the first ones I thought about when I saw that palette, because I was like, I already have this, I don't need that, we don't need both, so I'm gonna stick with the ones I already have. So this is one of the ones I already have that's really similar to that. On to the next palette. So the next palette I thought about was the Wildflower from Lethal. Y'all know I love Lethal Cosmetics, and I thought of this palette immediately because I was like, again, it's one that's really similar to, you know, something that's already in my collection. So if I don't need to buy it, I don't need to buy it. So this is what it looks like. Again, it has the green and pink. Now the green in there, from what I saw in the video, is more of like a turquoise blue green, or a deeper like green than this one. This is more of a mint, and it's a mint shimmer, so just keep that in mind. So you're not going to get that green matte shade in here because it's more of a mint. You do have the pink though, you do have the purple, you do have the blurplish shade that was, well, not, this isn't exact to it. This one is leaning way more purple blurple as opposed to blue blurple. I try to say that 5 times fast. I would not advise it, but yeah. And then you have like deeper blue. So I actually kind of like this one better because it gives you like a deepening shade and still gives you some of the tones that are in that palette. So this one might be one you might want to look at it as an alternative if you already have you can use code Cage Makeup here. I think Karen has a code at Terra Moon's. Don't quote me if she does. It's probably Cage Makeup, so there's something to keep in mind. Again, she does have a code with Unearthly as well though, if you still wanted to buy this palette once they started selling individually. If you remember, they started selling the palettes from the boxes as individual palettes, even if, you know, they don't sell the rest of the collection. So if you want, you can use code Cage Makeup, or you can use code Frizz Face at Unearthly. I alternate between the two, like I tell y'all when I do buy from them, but this is what it looks like alongside that one. I think I've held it up long enough, so let's move on to the next palette, girl. Okay, so the next one I thought about was my Blend Bunny Laur palette. Y'all know this is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I think this probably is like my top 3 favorite palettes from Blend Bunny easily, and it's probably number 1 knowing me, just because I love this color story. Like, this is definitely my color story in aesthetic, and it kind of makes me think of that palette. Like, again, it doesn't have like the same like blue, that unique bluish shade is somewhat unique to that palette. However, the last palette I'm about to show y'all has literally like just about a spot on dupe for that color. So I'm feeling like this would be a good alternative, and people who like this format and setup of this, it'll be easier for them to come up with looks for the palette and to use. And I know some people tell me that they have difficulties coming up with color stories and looks for it. So I feel like that's why, you know, this one might be a better purchase for you. You can use my girl Dr. Ash's code here. So you can use Dr. Ash, I think it's Dr. Ash Makeup that you use at Blend Bunny Cosmetics. So you can use this one if you're interested in purchasing from them. But I definitely feel like this one is a good alternative as well, because it has like that same kind of grayish looking shade right here. That's more of a black and that's more of a gray, but I still feel like it gives you that neutral tone. If you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my phone to like remember what this color story is and make sure I'm like giving spot on descriptions of stuff. Even though you can see it up there, I can't see it up there. Like, I have not edited any of this, girl. So that's why I keep bending down and looking. Like I said, the most unique shade I'm going to show you in the last palette I showed. But as you can see, it has some of the lighter, more pastel-y tones that I feel like pop in there. It does not have that corally-ish, reddish pink shade. It just has more traditional pinks, if you will. She went for the more traditional, what we consider mermaid looks, if you will. So that's what this one's going for more. So I'm just trying to give you alternatives. Not necessarily exact dupes, but I feel like this one was a good alternative for it, so I wanted to go ahead and show it off, girls. So here we are showing it to you. So the last one is the one I feel like is a pretty spot on dupe for this palette, and this is the Give Me Glow Bad Witch Club palette. Now my friend was decluttering this from her collection, and I was telling her about this video and how I wanted to make it and how I felt like it was similar to something I already had. So that's when she decided to let me have it. So this is what it looks like, and as you can see, it has that shade I was talking about exactly to the T. So it's definitely giving the same colors and vibes, and I was like, yes, give it to me, give it to me. Okay, y'all, I'm pretty sure I was showing the palette like this and then like my card got full. But yeah, so this is what she looks like. Now this is the one that looked the closest to this palette to me. So this is the one I want to swatch on camera with you all, which is why I saved it to last. Because I feel like a lot of the tones in here are somewhat similar to what you're seeing right here. Yeah, I got my handy dandy makeup wipes ready. That's my girl Dionluvsmakeup for sending me some. I got a few friend mail video coming up with her. Well, showing the stuff that she sent me in the mail, and this is one of these spoiler alerts. So, but this is the one I wanted to show you all. So, since y'all looking at it, I'm gonna just put the phone in my lap, and then I'm gonna swatch the shades on the back of my hand to see which ones I feel like look the most similar. So the pink isn't exactly the same, but I'm still gonna swatch the pink in here. It's called Let's Hex Our Exes, and this is the pink. So her shade is more like of a purpley shade, so I started off by swatching this pink shade, and that's why I'm trying to hold my hand like over here where I got the palette. At least I hope I am. And then I'm going to swatch the purple in here as well. I'm gonna swatch the green because I feel like the green is somewhat similar to this one as well. The purple is called Don't Make Me Get My Broom, and that's what it looks like. So that's what both of those look like. Maybe I should have did a B-roll. I've never done one before, if you all haven't noticed. Next I have I'm 100% That Witch. That's the darker purple. Like, the names are hilarious in this palette, I will give them that. So this is what it looks like, and they fit in perfectly with pop culture. So bravo for naming the palette, they did that. So next I have Relax It's Only Magic. Now that's the one I feel like was the hardest to dupe in all the other palettes, but I feel like they did a pretty spot on job. It's like quite similar, but I mean they did do it first, not to throw shade, but this palette was out what, like 2 Halloweens ago when she did her first Halloween box, I think. Don't quote me because I don't remember when this palette came out. I just know I thought it was a nice color story, but I was just like, I can't be vibing with them, so I didn't buy it, and it ended up in my collection still. So, and I didn't have to do that much work, but so yay. But I did still have to give them money because if you all remember, I messed with my friend's palette. So far we got these 4. They're matching whatever you're seeing over here. I feel like they look pretty close. Like I said, the only one I feel like isn't close is this one. That's why I swatched the purple, and I figured maybe you could combine them together and, you know, make a cute little moment, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna swatch the corally shade to make up for the fact that we don't have like as deep of a corally shade as that one at the bottom you're looking at. So this one is so called You Can't Fly With Us. I told y'all, like, these names are just iconic and classic. So this is what it looks like. I'm swirling my finger around here quite a bit to try to get the colors to like work pretty nicely. So this is what it looks like. And I feel like it's definitely giving the vibes of this, and I don't necessarily need that. Now if my friend hadn't gave me this, I would have been tempted to get it just because I really do like the color story of this, but since she was so gracious and gave me hers, I don't really need it. Now the only thing I'm going to say is I feel like the shimmers aren't going to be the same at all. I'm just telling you that right now. So I'm going to swatch the shade now. Let me spell it out for you. Ha ha ha. So I'm just doing all the mattes right now. So here are all the mattes alongside, like I said, what you're seeing over there. I feel like they're looking pretty close. Again, I'm sorry you can't see the shade right here, but it's literally like a combination similar to Betty Jean's at the end. So maybe I'll like insert like the edge of her palette on top of it, or if you all remember what her palette looked like, you know what I'm talking about, I'll put it possibly toward the end or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to work that part, and since the clip I got is like not the full palette, and I don't know if I can insert like the video here without getting, you know, my video taken down. So I was like, we just gonna take the cute little screenshot I grabbed and we just gonna work with it, girl. We just gonna have to work with it. So the shimmers aren't looking the same by any means. Like there's a light, y'all see right there, it's light purple. I'll swatch the shimmers that are in this palette just for you so you can have a shimmer to look at, but like the shimmers in here are not the same at all. So I'm gonna start off with Coven Confessions. That's the blue purple shifting one. Then I'm gonna go in with No Mortals Allowed, which is like that deep purple one, which doesn't match the purples in this one at all. The shimmers in here are giving more of like a satin iridescence type vibe, not necessarily like a full-on dual chrome, multi-chrome. So that's where the palettes differ. However, I feel like if I swatch the shimmers from the Terra Moons palette, that they would give the same vibe. So here is the color story as a whole, all that I swatched out of the palette. So I swatched mainly the mattes for you to see that the mattes in here are pretty much the same. Now you're not gonna get the same dual chrome, multi-chrome situation, but the mattes are the same for anyone who is interested. You can have those similar mattes. You're just not gonna get that gray tone, and you're not gonna get as bright of a corally orange shade. I can swatch some of the shimmers from the like I said, the Terra Moon ones to give you kind of like more of a shimmer effect if that's what you're looking for, because I feel like a couple of these may look similar. I'll swatch the green in here even though I'm not brushing the real, so I'm not sure if this green is going to be right at all. But the green in here is called Aurora in the Terra Moons palette. Now we have moved over to the Terra Moons Cosmic Wanderer palette for the swatches I'm doing now. So this is Aurora from Cosmic Wanderer alongside the palette. Again, I don't know why I'm showing it because it's not like you can see it, but you know, I figured I was here, you here, we were all here. So, and then I'm gonna swatch the two deeper purple shimmers. So there's one called Planet X. That's the deeper bluish purpling, deep toned one. Their shimmers are usually a little bit more black based from what I remember. Don't quote me, it's been a while since I got some from Terra Moons, but I'm not really into singles that often, which is why a lot of times I don't. But there is Planet X, this one right here. I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to hold my hand on this side because I know I'm putting the swatches up on that side to show it similar to one of the other shimmers. They're dark purple. And then I'm going to swatch the lighter purple for one of the shimmers in this palette. I think it's called Weakness in her palette, and it's called Altair in the Terra Moons one. So this is Altair in the Terra Moons one. Remember, this one's Planet X, and then this one is Aurora, and then these are all of the shades from the, what do you call it, the Give Me Glow Bad Witch Club. So I just want to get on here and show this really quick because I'm like, don't feel like you have to rush out to get the box since we finally see what the palette looks like, and it looks like other palettes that we already have. I don't want you out here rushing to get stuff that you already got in your collection. So I wanted to pop on here real quick and give you these cute little videos. So I hope it was helpful to somebody who, you know, was lusting after it and had forgot about some of these palettes, or might be interested in getting some of these. So you might be able to find some of these on Mercari since they're older and get a better price than having to buy a whole box and then wait like a really long time. So I'm just trying to give alternative. Y'all know how I do. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. I'll try to link the playlist to all the palette comparisons shorts at the end. I make no promises, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.